Sword! So there was another Bungie Twitch reveal a couple hours ago, and it was insane. Like, it was basically an hour or 45 minutes of people getting hyped about swords and other swords and more swords. Now, these swords are pretty cool. They got, obviously, no modifiers on them, and this one's exotic. But it looks like we're going to have to build them. You know, you're not going to get it as a drop. There's a piece right there, that little, like, yeah, that part right there. Looks like you have to find that. And other pieces of the sword, I don't know how many pieces there are. And like forge the sword and make it, you know, how you want and everything. Because when you look through these screenshots, you can see many swords. Laced Up Lauren was one of the guests, and lead designer Ben Womack was on the right, and Urk was the dude on the left. He's one of the big Bungie guys. And as they're going through this, Laced Up Lauren had that first sword you saw. That was the very first thing we saw of gameplay in the Twitch reveal. And hers is, what, solar? And someone else has a void one, and the other person had a arc one. So obviously, you can have any element on a sword. And these swords look pretty awesome. You know, they look sweet on your back. They look sweet when you're using them. I suggest you click in the link below down in the description to watch this Twitch reveal. There'll be a YouTube video that Bungie will be putting up that you can watch the whole thing, except for the raid teaser. There's like a 45-second, maybe a minute raid teaser trailer. It really didn't even show that much, but there's a couple screenshots at the end of that. But anyways, let's get into what the reveal trailer was actually about. The Court of Oryx and all of the touring the Dreadnought patrolling. So here they killed just some enemies in the beginning, and they got this Agonarch rune, which wants you to kill specific enemies on the Dreadnought. So it's like, you know, a mission within the patrol and everything. Here is worm spores you can collect. I guess it's, you know, like the relic iron of Mars. You know, it's like that. The materials you can collect probably to upgrade weapons or just for other things. You can see the Moments of Triumph emblem up in the corner there. It looked pretty sweet. Here is the lead up to the Court of Oryx. That little area right up front is the Court of Oryx. And these 6 dudes, 3 on each side, you present the rune to them, and that's how you start the public event. As you see, this awesome gateway opens up, and the enemy or enemies come out. And there's 3 tiers to it, and they start out with tier 1. And I guess you have to do it, 2 or 3 times, probably 3 times on each tier to move up to the next one, or at least to build your rune up so that you can do tier 2. Here you see them fighting Vorlog, and there's a Laced Up Lauren using her solar sword. So it's so cool to watch, and there's like uppercuts you can do, and like flip things you can do, just different all kinds of moves. Obviously there's all kinds of upgrades on them, and it's an exotic sword that you get to like build yourself. So that's pretty cool. And as they're fighting all these enemies, you know, they beat it, and they unlock this chest, and they can you know, get rewards from the chest, obviously. And each enemy is not like a bullet sponge enemy like Valhalla Arc. They said specifically there's its own mechanic. Some of them you have to kill all of the enemy's adds in order to take its shield down. Or with these 3 wizards here that they had to fight, if you kill one, but then you don't kill the other 2 quick enough, it'll just respawn. So you had to take their, see, they're building their rune after they beat 2 tier 1s. So then they had to get another one, beat another tier 1 public event to move to tier 2. And so that they're fighting those wizards, and they had to get them all down to weak and then kill them all at the same time. So that way they could, you know, beat it. Otherwise they just respawn. Here they had 2 sword knights, one taken, one not taken, and they had to get them close to get their shields down. If they weren't close, you couldn't take their shields down. So that's an interesting mechanic. There's one of the other guys with a void sword is what it looks like. And I think you see the arc sword in a second here. No, but each public event is different. You won't fight the same one again and again. So here they're fighting the same 2 sword knights, but they're also fighting this ogre or knight. Yeah, they're fighting an ogre, I believe. So you could fight, you know, there's different variations for each public event. There they are getting some rewards, like a blue ghost shell is pretty cool, a new relic, there's a sweet sword. There's just so many different public events you can do, and variations to each, mechanics to each, all kinds of different rewards. There's swords. There's so much cool stuff to be done in the Dreadnought and in the Court of Oryx. And you can load up a fire team of 3, and then have like another 6 people fight you. So 9 people just randomly, like you trigger it, and they'll notice that it's triggered, and they have to be in the area to know, and they'll come up and they'll start helping you because you've started it. And then, you know, maybe they have a rune that you don't, so they can start like a tier 2 event, but you don't have enough build up on yours to do a tier 2. So they start it, and then you can do it with them. So it's just, it looks like a ton of fun. It looks like a much better, you know, it's not really Prison of Elders. If you could compare it, I'd say it's much better. It's what Prison of Elders should have been. So this looks like a really cool thing you can do. It's in Patrolling the Dreadnought, and it's just Court of Oryx. You know, go do these public events, get awesome rewards, have fun with all kinds of people. It looks like an absolute blast, and I cannot wait for it. I don't know if you noticed right there, but the enemies they're fighting are 41. So it's not easy mode. You're not fighting level 8s, level 12s at best, you know, level 2s sometimes. There's enemies in there at 36 up to 41. So, and you see how right there it says recommended light 190. Now it'll tell you what your light level, not your light level, your light, it's just your light, should be in order to do this. Like recommended, you should be this in order to do it. But yeah, it's no longer easy to just hop in patrol and just do everything yourself. It's more fun and better to bring friends along. Or of course there'll be people around that you can do it with, so that's pretty cool. Coming up right here, you see it's 240 light recommended to do this. And see how it says event cancels 16 seconds? That's for the host. So the host of the public event can't just AFK and let everyone else do all the work. So otherwise it'll just cancel. That's very good to keep everyone in the game. They have to be in the fight for it to keep going. Coming up here is some screenshots from the raid like teaser that they threw out. Here's the queen with those what is those special witches that Bungie put out on Twitter yesterday. And Eris, you already saw this. Eris with that little, what looks like the piece of the sword. I'm pretty sure it is. And it didn't show you a whole lot. It was just kind of cool cinematic stuff, which is what's interesting for, you know, all the cutscenes and the story coming up. Everything looks fantastic. The cinematics look. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that was shown in the reveal. And of course, there'll be a YouTube link below to Bungie's upload of the whole Twitch reveal. I don't think that this raid teaser will be in there. It was kind of an exclusive thing that they were showing for everyone who's watching it live. But like I said, it wasn't much. You couldn't really pick out much from it. Just like, oh, we'll be in this part, this cool area right here for a bit, or in this part right here for a bit. Still hype. Also, big thing coming up here in a second, in a little bit. The raid comes out on Friday, the 18th, 3 days after the launch. So if you're gonna try and grind a character to 40 to be able to do it on release of the raid, you got 3 days. So the grind will be real. But so much hype. That's everything, guys. I suggest you watch it for all the specifics and everything. But it's really cool. It's again linked below, and that's the video. So I'll see you guys probably somewhere in Patrol. Peace.